Hi, this is Pretty Lee here, and welcome back to another video. Today I am doing something slightly different, but then again, not different in other ways, because today I am doing a ranking of the James Bond films. Now, I'm absolutely buzzing because over the weekend I saw No Time to Die, and I'm an all-time high, and yes, I did reference two Bond films in the same sentence, but let's get straight into it. But first of all, just want to say, if you want to subscribe, please subscribe for more videos. I don't normally do this sort of thing, but I just want to. And also, please like and ring the bell icon if you do subscribe. And also, please follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more updates. But here we go. The James Bond film ranking 1962 to 2021. Here we go. So, the James Bond films are in order, roughly: Doctor No, From Russia with Love, Goldfinger, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, starring Sean Connery, On Her Majesty's Secret Service, starring George Lazenby, Diamonds Are Forever, starring Sean Connery again. Then we move on to Roger Moore with Live and Let Die, The Man with the Golden Gun, The Spy Who Loved Me, Moonraker, For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, and he also did A View to a Kill, but we'll talk about that later before anyone starts yelling at me that I've missed it. Anyway, moving on to Timothy Dalton, we have The Living Daylights and License to Kill, and then Pierce Brosnan, we've got GoldenEye, Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, and Die Another Day, and then finally Daniel Craig, we have got Casino Royale, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, Spectre, and No Time to Die. And I like this layout. Hopefully, and it should be a lot better than the way I did the MCU one, which was a bit messy. But yeah, let's get straight into this. So I'm ranking them like this. So first films against second films where I can. Yeah, it is a bit messy, and I'll get to that in a minute. But the first ranking that I'm going to do is Doctor No versus what was it? On Her Majesty's Secret Service. Now, as much as I like On Her Majesty's Secret Service, I think Doctor No just clinches it because Doctor No is a fantastic film and it set the benchmark for the rest of them. Next, Live and Let Die versus The Living Daylights. I'm going to go with The Living Daylights mainly because it was the first one of the two that I saw, and it holds a special place in my heart. But I also prefer Timothy Dalton to Roger Moore anyway, but also Live and Let Die is a bit outdated now, so that's the reason why I'm going for Living Daylights. And then GoldenEye vs. Casino Royale. Now, I actually like both of these films, but I'm going to go with Casino Royale because I just think that it's one of the best Bond films of all time, if not the best. It's phenomenal. Next, we have From Russia with Love and The Man with the Golden Gun. It's got to be From Russia with Love because Man with the Golden Gun is just a bit too silly. License to Kill and Tomorrow Never Dies. I actually preferred Tomorrow Never Dies. Not by much, but License to Kill I think is a bit too violent, whereas Tomorrow Never Dies is a bit more bubbly and things like that. So that I like that. Next is Quantum of Solace versus Goldfinger. There's no contest. The reason why I've gone with Goldfinger is because it's so good compared with Quantum of Solace. Quantum of Solace is absolutely terrible, whereas Goldfinger is perhaps is one of the best Bond films. But it's well deserving of this place. Next is The Spy Who Loved Me and The World Is Not Enough. I've gone with The Spy Who Loved Me here because although I like The World Is Not Enough as well, I think that The Spy Who Loves Me is more significant because it's actually restores the franchise after Harry Saltzman left, and essentially proves that British films could still be done without big Hollywood producers. Anyway, next is Skyfall versus Thunderball. I have to go with Skyfall. I just find Thunderball a bit too dreary. I mean, I've read the book. The book is really good, but Skyfall was the very first Bond film that I saw in cinemas, and that has a special place in my heart. But also, it's terrific. It's a really good film. Anyway, next is Moonraker versus Die Another Day. Now, I don't like either of these films, so it's really difficult for me to choose between them, but I went with Moonraker simply because in a way, it's not as silly, but but yeah, both films rely heavily on CGI, and it's a bit jarring, so I've not gone with that. Anyway, next is Spectre versus You Only Live Twice, and also for some reason animated For Your Eyes Only and like No Time to Die here as well. I've gone with You Only Live Twice over Spectre because I just really like You Only Live Twice, and Spectre fell short really. And the same goes with differences between No Time to Die and Spy Who Loves Me. I much prefer No Time to Die. It's really, really good, and to be honest, I just want to talk about it all day, discuss it. But I really want to go and see it again as well, so I'm hoping that will happen fairly soon. Hopefully next week. I don't know. But next is Diamonds Are Forever versus Octopussy. I went with Octopussy because Octopussy was actually one of the very first James Bond films that I saw anything of, and I just think it's really good fun. Whereas Diamonds Are Forever drags a bit. But anyway, these 12 films I'm going to rank against each other. So Doctor No versus Living Daylights, Casino Royale versus From Russia with Love, Tomorrow Never Dies versus Goldfinger, The Spy Who Loved Me versus Skyfall, Moonraker versus You Only Live Twice, No Time to Die versus Octopussy. And now we get on to the interesting bits. So, first of all, shout out to the Bond actors Barry Nelson, Sean Connery, David Niven, George Lazenby, Roger Moore, Christopher Casanova, Timothy Dalton, Pierce Brosnan, and Daniel Craig. Now, two names mentioned on that list are actually television bonds, but I'll just talk about them in a few seconds. So, as you might have seen, I missed out View to a Kill because it's a bit of an oddball because it's the seventh film and I didn't really have space for it, so I've put it here. And I'm putting it against an unofficial Bond film. In fact, I'm actually putting. In fact, I've actually got three different films that I've found here, and they're never so. But here we go. You got the original Casino Royale, the even older Casino Royale with Barry Nelson from 1954, and Sean Connery's Never Say Never Again. And I have to admit that I prefer View to a Kill over Never Say Never Again, and having seen both versions of Casino Royale here, I actually quite like the older version simply because it's a bit more serious, and it was also done live as well, which is interesting. And it's interesting how they kept up the pace with it being live. But yeah, the 1967 version of Casino Royale is just too silly for words. It really is. But interestingly, Christopher Casanova, who's mentioned here, actually had two stints as James Bond in 1973 in the BBC's Omnibus. Now, I have not been able to find these at all, and I haven't ranked them. And the same goes for James Bond Jr. I have never seen James Bond Jr., and that is this Christopher Casanova as James Bond in the recreation of Goldfinger. But yeah, I haven't ranked those because I've never seen them, and I would have ranked Christopher Casanova's Bonds but I cannot find anything of them. I've searched the internet, YouTube, Vimeo, Dailymotion, whatever. I can't find Christopher Casanova as James Bond at all, which is frustrating. But anyway, let's move on to the ranking again with the three lines of death. Anyway, we have got Doctor No versus Casino versus Living Daylights. As of these two, uh, you know what? Living Daylights. As I said, it was the first one I saw. I know I've obsessed a lot of people with that, but this is what I think, and this is the way it's fallen. But I think that although Doctor No is really good, I think I prefer the Living Daylights. But anyway, next I'm doing Casino Royale versus From Russia with Love. Now I love both of these films, but I think that Casino Royale is better done. It's honestly the most it's honestly the most exciting game of poker I've ever seen, but it's got a more mundane plot in a way, because it revolves around a game table, and I think that's really really clever, and I love the book as well. But yeah, From Russia with Love, I just think is I think it drags a bit, whereas Casino Royale is a bit evenly paced. But anyway, moving on. Tomorrow Never Dies versus Goldfinger. And again, no contest. It has to be Goldfinger. Tomorrow Never Dies is good. It's better than the one it was pitted against. But yeah, I think I definitely prefer Goldfinger over Tomorrow Never Dies. Simply because Goldfinger is so good. It really is. Anyway, next is The Spy Who Left Me versus Skyfall. Again, there's not much contest because I just love Skyfall. Really do. Anyway, the final four are Moonraker versus You Only Live Twice, which both have rockets and hijinks in space, interestingly. But yeah, I'm gonna go with You Only Live Twice. I just like You Only Live Twice. And the final one, as you saw, is No Time to Die versus Octopussy. Yeah, it's No Time to Die. I just like No Time to Die a lot better. I honestly think that No Time to Die is one of the best Bond films. I just think it is. But anyway, let's go through to the final stages. So we have The Living Daylights versus Casino Royale. Casino Royale. As I said before, I really enjoy it, and I prefer Casino Royale over most Bond films. And there you go. Anyway, Goldfinger versus Skyfall. Now this was a tricky one for me because I absolutely love both films, but yeah, Goldfinger for me. Even though I would happily have gone for Skyfall as well. But yeah, I essentially just flipped a coin on this one and it lands on Goldfinger. So there you go. And they'll be and Casino Royale and Goldfinger will be pitted against each other, which will be difficult. But next is You Only Live Twice versus No Time to Die. I've gone with No Time to Die. I just prefer No Time to Die over most Bond films, actually. Now that I think about it, that's gonna obsess a few people, but yeah, I do. But yeah, and then we've got the oddballs, the old Casino Royale versus A View to a Kill, and this is really a three-horse race because both A View to a Kill and Casino Royale, I think, are not that good. But I have to say, I would go with A View to a Kill. But anyway, here we go. The exciting bits. This is the more exciting bits. Casino Royale versus Goldfinger. And I've gone with Casino Royale. I as I said, I really like Casino Royale. But Goldfinger is really, really good as well, and I'd recommend Goldfinger to anyone. But to be honest, I'm more inclined to recommend either Skyfall or Casino Royale And the reason why is because they're a bit more recent and they don't have as many sexist leanings or whatever. Well, Goldfinger's got a naked girl covered in gold for crying out loud. But there you go. That's my decision. And now for another exciting bit. Who will win No Time to Die versus A View to a Kill? Let's find out now. And yeah, you probably saw this coming a mile away, but yeah, I've gone with No Time to Die. It's miles better than A View to a Kill, but yeah. And now here comes the interesting one, and I debated over this for quite a long time. Who will win, Casino Royale or No Time to Die? And yeah, I've gone with Casino Royale as my all-time favourite Bond film. Um, Although I loved No Time to Die, there were a few elements that I just thought, when I was watching, I just thought, what? When I was watching it, and some of the plots to me didn't make that much sense. But I did really enjoy it. I thought it was a good night at the cinema. But I will say this for No Time to Die. I will admit this, but it is the only Bond film that has ever made me cry. I normally cry when I'm enjoying a film or when I'm immersed in a film, I should say. Yeah, it doesn't mean to say this is a good film. It just means to say that I've been carried along with the story. But yeah, No Time to Die makes me cry on several occasions and for several reasons. If you've seen the film, then you might know what those and obviously I know what those reasons are. But there you go. Casino Royale. It's really good. And I won't continue blowing its trumpets because you've probably heard too much of it. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this, and thank you for listening to my opinions. I might do this again in a few years' time. I don't know how much in a few years' time, but I might revisit this. I might revisit the MCU one as well. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching, and thank you for being patient with me. Yeah, as I said at the beginning, please like and subscribe for more videos, and hit the bell icon. And also please follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more updates whenever they will come. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Goodbye!